Top of the morning to you. You know, it's funny, I always hear that, and I never ask what it. Top of the morning. Is that like 12 o'clock? No, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, right? If you think about it, right? It's a great saying, top of the morning. But I just never thought about it. Is it the top of the morning? Or is it the beginning of the morning? The top. Right? The top of the morning to you. Well, top of the morning to you. Hope you didn't get into no shenanigans this weekend. Hope your weekend was good. Hope you didn't get into any trouble. I'm gonna review something I saw this weekend. I'm gonna wait till a regular crowd pops in for me to go over it. Meantime, did I just hit my shin, man? Man, shin is like probably the worst place to hit when you're not expecting it. All right, let me tone this down. Let's see what else we got cooking here. Give me a second. Let me put an eye on what's going on. And let's do that. Let's do this. And we're in like Flynn. All right, now for the next one. I'm trying to open the next scene, guys. You have the vertical, and then we have this setup here. Great. All right. Just give me a little millisecond. Give me a millisecond. I saw this interview that kind of, I realized that, it's Calvin's birthday, man. I realized that people can get impulsive reaction to the interview. But then I thought about it and I'm like, wait, this interview is only catering to two kind of debate, I guess you could call it. Like only two sides of it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you hear it while I'm opening my thing, and then I'll just discuss it with the folks later. Let me see if I can let you hear it. Let me let you hear it. Let me let you hear what I'm doing. Let me let you hear. I'm gonna let you hear what's going on here real quick. Because it's actually, if you didn't hear it, it was a Senate hearing or something like that. But I'm not gonna go where you think I'm gonna go with this one. So just kind of hear it out. Don't get negative. Don't get impulsive. And let's see where we're gonna go with it. All right. And then I'll get into my what I'm doing with this machine. In the meantime, I'm just going to unbox this.
Can men get pregnant? As a doctor, give me your opinion. As a doctor, can men get pregnant?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator a minute ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just to treat, so can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question.
The goal was just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
Interesting.
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men
I
get
take care of
pregnant?
many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So, can men get pregnant? You're a
I
doctor.
totally agree. Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes, no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes, no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great lengths on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with.
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men.
You have the overarching.
All right,
question.
guys. So, okay. So where am I going with this? Right. I'm not. Here we go. I think that one's right. Okay, so let's imagine you have two sides of an argument, right? Let's imagine you have two sides of this. Okay. Nothing to see here. We pop up. Oh, okay. I got it. So let's imagine you have two sides of an argument. Okay. One side is cheering on Josh Hawley to say, yeah, dig it in. Go at it, right? And the next side is cheering on the lady there. You know? But guess who may not be too happy? There's a side that believe in the dignity of men or women that identify as the opposite sex, right? They believe in the dignity of that, but they also believe in biology. Then you have a side who really believe her side and wanted her to answer the question. Think about it. Think about the people that are like really committed to this ideology, right? Or way of life or whatever. They wanted an answer. They wanted her to step up out, shoulders and confidently give her answer. And she didn't. So I don't think she served the community that she thought she was serving by evading that very basic answer. Right? At least that's how I see it. I see it a little different. I'm not like who won and who's right and all that stuff. I was just like, the people that wanted her to speak on their behalf or whatever, they didn't get anywhere. And it looks like a mockery. So, and she's a doctor. What do you think that does to the trust between just the regular folks looking on, right? and the medical profession, there's already slight distrust for a lot of people. But just imagine, it's like you can't even answer that simple question, because then it's like, come on, you're mixing your social standing, maybe your group politics, with medical profession. So you can't even blame people for saying, why are they giving these type of individuals medical, I'm pretty sure there's a way she could have answered that question that would have, and I'm not sure how nervous she is on there, but I'm sure she had prep. And I'm pretty sure her team prepped her to avoid answering that question if it comes up. But I don't think it served anybody. I don't think she did any justice to anyone by just skillfully evading that question. It sounds like a kid. Do you clean your room? By clean, do you mean like you wanted me to pick up every, what I mean? It's like a teenager, like what my son would do, back in the day. Do you mean, oh my God, man. So anyway, all right. A question came in this weekend about the older version of this. The brushes weren't spinning. What I like the changes they did with this, honestly, versus the other one, the older one. I have the older one right here. I do like the changes. They still have issues to they got a couple of issues that they have to kind of iron out with these models, but the workings on the inside is pretty much the same. They're not that different with these models here. I'll get back into my little can men get pregnant later on in the show. But anyways, I gave my thoughts. That's where my mind went on that. So I just want to kind of just put it out there because I didn't want to forget it. All right, so yeah, so let's find out why this the spin scrub the brush is not turning. The mechanism are the same. All right. I think all they did with these is they reimagined some of the things. They reimagined the way this locks in. They reimagined the front nozzle before, and I'll show you the before. Before they had I think they had locks. They had a lock. I'll look at it in a second. This little tab here used to lock into this. Now it's kind of friction and pressure. There are two little spring-loaded knobs on the side here that holds this in place. And the same goes for this. You have spring-loaded knobs right here. Let me move this out of the way. Spring-loaded that protrudes from here that holds this into place. When before it was like a latch, okay? And then this is in the middle and not set up on the side. Now underneath is still on the side, but they kind of redirected the path, so it's set up in the middle, right? But this had a problem with leaking, and I don't think that problem has been solved when I saw the inside of this. So let me put this down on the floor. Let me bring that guy to the front of the class, and let's get started. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, man. Yeah, that girl, a lady or a doctor, if you want to, wherever you want to put it. I think they're gonna have to put medicine first and put the stuff later. Medicine first, and your personal ideology comes afterwards. You can even preface your answers by saying, biologically, but we still need to, you can still preface it and give it clarification, but that's not helpful. All right, here we go. Let me get rid of this. I can't lose this part. This part's very important here. this off. Man, I hope you guys had a good weekend, man. I swear. Sometimes the weekend, if you're not careful, it goes by and just can feel like, womp, 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 womp. What was that? Was it Charlie Brown? Womp, 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 womp. It just kind of goes by like that if you're not careful. All right, so yeah, so now this one locks in. Everything is locked with these, right? The handle, that one just sits in. There's no lock involved. Same thing with this. This is locked in with here, okay, and that kind of holds it down. All right, with this, and then this is locked in with that, and so they redesigned that. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that. All right. All right. Next thing, let's get this. Let's get the body off. Right now, let me verify this first. Let me verify it before I go any further, because that was the claim. The claim was the brush wasn't turning. So let's verify that. All right. Let's do that. Let me not rush it. Let's verify that. Okay. I don't need the clean water tank to check on the brush. You just need the vacuum to build up properly, so you know everybody's doing their job, right? So I don't need the clean water tank for that. Let me plug it in. Turn it on. I really do have to get a different camera. That is not doing a good job at all. Whoever's looking at me on the vertical thing, yeah, back in at a later date, I will have a different camera to do that. Just not sure. I'll do the research which camera to use. If you know of one, just put it in the chat. Because then you know what I mean. I need the vertical camera. I got to figure out what to use on that one, because this quality of video quality sucks. All right. All right, so let's go. All right, so it's not working. All right, so now that we verified that, we confirmed that, okay, and that's the thing about. Forgive me. That's the thing about when we go through life, right? You have verifications, you have testing, you have this works, this doesn't work, right? So the things that we put hard commitment to are the ones that we found work and didn't work. And everything else is just, we're working through it. Right? But when you're at the working through it stage, there's no verification, you didn't test to find the whatever. Then you're gonna make that concrete. And it's like, no, you can't make this concrete. We're still working through it. See what I'm saying? You know? So people like me, who either fix things or test things or build things or, make things, you have ways to test it and verify that this way doesn't work, that way doesn't work. But a lot of the social stuff is still like that, right? And when you try to force it into a concrete thing, like you must believe this, well, dude, no, I don't must believe nothing. I don't know if that we don't know if that's gonna work. What are you talking about? This guy, oh my gosh, man, my weekend has been an active one. So I said I wasn't gonna get on one of these social apps, and I got on. You check birthdays and shit like that, And I saw somebody wrote something like, a friend of a friend kind of thing. And I was like, damn it, I said I wasn't gonna engage with these people, man, with this crazy stuff. And I couldn't help it. I was just like, nah, I gotta give an answer to this one. Get caught. Man. I was like, oh, damn it, Wayne, you gotta say something. So I'm gonna give you the premise of the argument, all right? Let me give it to you. So the guy said, I think he was talking about like Trump supporter, MAGA people, stuff like that. Right? And he said that in 2021, they were saying, no, you can't, don't force me to take no deal. No, I'm not gonna wear a mask. I'm not gonna put this in my body, that kind of thing, right? But 2026, they're like, comply with the police, show your ID, show your passport, whatever. So I guess he was saying that. Then he says you guys are being hypocrites. Now, I'm not on there to defend no supporters or anything of that sort, but it was like I said that's a bad analogy. That's a bad comparison. It's a bad comparison because everybody was like, yeah, hypocrite. And I was like, what are you people talking about? Those are two different things, right? One is the law. Police pulls you over, the whole deal, right? And one is social pressure. One was social pressure. So I said, because then I got stupid. I got stupid out of that. I said, didn't they I probably should have done this, but I was trying to make my point. I said, didn't they tell black men for years to comply with the police officer? I was like, what's the difference now? I said, what's going to happen when a cop pulls you over? You're going to say, he asked for your ID. You're going to say, stop being a hypocrite? I was just stupid. But that's what I was trying to say. You have social pressure and you have legal stuff. And what's happening right now with there's a lot of social pressures, pressure on a lot of people, even this doctor, to not answer like a doctor. Either person, whatever, she don't want to upset the wrong people. She don't want to lose friends. Because those people that they don't like, I doubt a few of those people would get mad at them because they I don't know, they support Tim Walz or whatever, or Kamala, right? They may think that they're silly, but I don't think they'll disown them. But these other guys would disown you for not supporting the cause. And it's very radical, man. They would literally disown their family for not believing what they believe. That's crazy. All right, guys. So here's what we're dealing with here. What turns the brush is this little mechanism right here. Okay? This turns the brush. Now that setup, that new one, the new spin scrub, the setup is really the same on the inside. It's just that they've added some corridors and they move like this here instead of here, right? It's in the front, and the way they got it to the front is they added something to kind of direct the air to the front. That's all they did. So everything is the same. Okay, except they added things. So they brought this to the middle. So that's why the hose can connect to the middle. So it's all the same. So anyone who have one don't have to worry about really learning anything too new. All right. This here opens and closes the air that's coming in, that spins the fan spins the gear, and then the gear spins the other gear. So let me open this up. Let me show you what's inside, and let's find out why this brush is not spinning. Let's see what's going on, okay? All right. I had a smaller drill bit here. Hey, low quality worker, explain. Explain what you're saying. Three letters, not 3 letters, 3 words here. You know, when people don't want to misinterpret what you're trying to say, I'm just trying to get an understanding what you mean by that. Give me an understanding what you're saying. Clarity Whistler. Like the name, though. I'll tell you that. Just like horse whisperers or something is Whistler. like Whistler. Isn't Whistler like in Blade? I think his name. I think the guy was Whistler. Quality Whistler. Nice name. All right, so let's see what we got here, okay? I know my video is low quality, that's for sure. my video is low quality. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I do not like the way this is shooting the scene. Now I have two setups going. I have an overhead vertical type setup, and then I have overhead setup on this side, and then I have the vertical setup on this side. So I have literally 3 cameras at work right now. But this one over here, I'm gonna have to do something about. Okay, so now I'm gonna get this off here. Okay, I'm gonna get this off here, and what you have to be careful of, there are 2 clips. So what we don't want to do is break it. Okay. It's off. Don't lose the spring. Don't lose the spring, because you're gonna need this spring. The spring is every time you put it in this position, it has to, push back. All right. Here we go, guys. All right. I could take this off, or you can leave it on, but right now I'm just curious as to what's going on in here. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to purposely use this. I think this is fragile, so I don't want to use the drill right now. Don't want to use the drill. Cats go through the internet, drop some one-liners, and bounce. It's like, dude, have a purpose. What's the purpose? What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? Okay, let's see what we have. Now, some people have this machine still, and look, these machines are nice. Nothing wrong with them. I just happen to prefer the rotating brush, honestly, than these brushes that scrub down. That's just my personal preference. The barrel, that's just a personal preference of mine. All right, let's see what we got cooking here. All right, so look, we took off the top. Water got inside this thing, so we can already see that. Now, what I'm trying to see does it turn, okay? So I'm going to try to turn it by hand. Okay, so it's not turning. Okay, now what's stopping this from turning, right? Well, let's pull this up. I mean, I see the industrial grease, so this shouldn't be a problem. Let's see here. That's not moving. All right, so we're gonna have to go underneath and see what's happening with the fan, okay? So the air that comes in the front, okay? The suction is through here. The motor, the actual motor itself is this suction is hitting this section right here, okay? And then it's going out, pulling air in. And as it's pulling air in also, it's spinning your fan. Okay, that's the idea of that. That's why you have to keep this free from debris and carpet fibers and all that stuff, all right? Hair and things like that. All right, so let's get inside this and see what the hell's going on, right? Okay, we're gonna kind of lift this clip up here, just very carefully. And again, these things are fragile, so just do your best. There's no guarantee, because I've tried. Sometimes I try to be so delicate, and then the thing still breaks. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And if you're if these machines are under warranty, don't mess with them. Just have Hoover send you to a shop or something. Look at that. There's no rust, so there's no sign Now this was in there though. I just found this, so I don't know if this has anything to do with it. But this was just hanging right here just now. There's no rust. Look at that. It could have been this damn little thing right here. It could have been this. This could have jammed this fan. Because look at it. Ah, man. So now it moves. Isn't that life though? Isn't that life, man? Isn't that life, man? Sometimes it's just a little thing. A little thing you could have taken care of, right? With no problem. A little thing. It was a little thing. Oh, man. Okay, let me just verify this. All right, let's try. Let's put it back together and see if it works. Okay, so let's put the fan on first. This is the door, by the way. When you do this, when it's sitting here like this, and when it goes from upright to recline, it's opening a door. All right, that's allowing air to pass through. So when it's standing up, it closes the door and the brushes will stop. This way it doesn't kind of burn, like burn marks in your carpet. Because let's say you're using the upholstery tool, the hose, and you're going to have to put it in the upright position. The brushes will stop spinning so it don't just stay there and just kind of swirl in your carpet and mess it up. So that's the idea of shutting it off when it's in the upright mode. Okay? All right. Monday morning. Yeah. So that's where I was with that, guys. That first part of the show when I was playing that lady. Separated. So people have clarity, you keep people confused. I don't know who it serves somebody. But a lot of people have family members that are on many of these different spectrums and sides and, viewpoints and all this other stuff. And it becomes like an all or nothing deal. Like you believe the way I believe, or we are not friends. It's like, whoa, really? It's like that? Damn. And then people like this don't make it so there can be a nuanced conversation, because remember, these people believe this stuff absolutely to the bone, right? So it's like, well, it's nuanced, man. Come on. If that's the case, then let's treat it like it's nuanced, right? Let's treat it like that. Let's not have families split because the dad is like, well, all my life, guys have been guys, girls have been girls. And now you come in with this other thing, and it's like we're mixing words. And this guy's talking basic words, up and down, left and right, man and woman. And this other person is talking ideological words. Well, people identify this way. It's like, all right, I get what you're saying, but is that a screwdriver or is that a wrench? Well, the screwdriver feels like, it's like, come on, man, let's not do this. So we can all talk. Okay. All right, so now let me test this now. And let's see what we got going on. Man, my hands were shaking just now. I need to look into that. Let me see something. Yep, there you go. Oh. All right. Now go look into that. Golly. Oh my gosh. All right, so here we go. Let's put this down here. Okay. Great, fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Okay, where is my spring? Just had the spring. Brianne said I should make a shirt called "Where's Wayne's Tools?" I always lose my track of my tools and stuff I'm working on, and I'm still trying to work on those shortcomings. Where the hell is my spring? Come on, man, cut it out. Show me where you are. Oh, found you. Okay, we're gonna put the spring in here. Okay, so then when we do this, does that. Okay, you recline it. Okay, cool. Okay, sits right here. This sits in here. This sits in here. All right. Okay, now let's put this on and let's test this. Let's see if our brush is spinning again. Now it's possible that you can do all this and the brush is still not spinning, but so we're gonna test it, okay? We're gonna test it and see what it has to say. All righty. Okay. All right, so for this test, like I said, we don't really need the clean water tank. We just need the dirty water tank. All right, let's turn it on. Let's see what the hell we got going on. Hey, you think maybe I should put the brush inside? Maybe I should put the brush inside. All right, maybe I should put the brush inside. All right, let's do that. What do you think? I think that'd be a good idea. I think we should put the brush in. Now, I still could have tested though, because then you would see this thing spinning in a circle. But no, it's better visual with the brush, you know. All right, let's do it again. Turn it on. Okay. That brush needs cleaning. All right, so the brush is working. The brush is working. Let's get this stuff off of here. Now, what I would do, let's get this out of here. Also, the new one, the brush pops out. I like the new one. You just press a button, the brush pops right out. So that was definitely an improvement, because you have to kind of squeeze this and pull it out. So that's an improvement. I got to put the screws back in here though. When you have dirty brushes like these, it becomes, kind of hard to mess around with. I can recommend something you can try. Okay, I'm gonna recommend something, because this can be overwhelming for some people, because this is very light. But there's some that you have pets. Your people in your home have long hair. Okay, so let me show you something you can try to do, and if you're up to it, because it's a little bit of work. All right, let me show you. Open this, push these clips, and this just comes right out. Okay, do the other side, push the clip in, push the clip in, push the clip in, comes right out. Okay, it snaps in. It's like little clips, and these guys come out. Now, the only guy that doesn't come out is the one in the middle that has the, that turns. This guy activates everybody. All right. Now that you have these out, you have a couple of things you can do. You can get, you can do it manually. You can get it like a toothbrush or another kind of brush. Let me get a toothbrush. Old toothbrushes come in handy for my shop, okay? So you can just get a toothbrush, another kind of brush, and you can just slowly just kind of work yourself to clean this stuff out, right? That's one way, nice and slow. All right, and then you can get, maybe you can get something pointy, something kind of sharp. Let's say I use this, one of these, and you can kind of get all this stuff out about. So it just takes time. You see that? So this is nice and clear. Or see that? Let's do that, and then you can clean it out. You know, when you're just chilling, watching some TV or something, I don't know, man, and you just want to have a little project to do, you just want to clean your shampoo, you can do that. Now that's one way. The other way, it's a little faster, but you just have to be mindful of your fingers. And let me show you what I mean. Who can I use? Who can I use for this? All right, let me use this. Let me use this. Okay, I'm gonna use this vacuum here. Okay. All right. So what you do, folks, is this. Is that cool? So that was a lot faster, right? But like I said, you just gotta watch your fingers. You know, don't get too close to the brush, right? And then you can just snap them in now. Go back in there like that. Go back in here like so. And look at that. Oh, look at that. All right, and then put your clips back on. And the brush is a little cleaner than they were before. Okay? Cool? All right. Voila. This guy is ready, rock and roll. He is ready to go. And problem solved. Okay, you didn't have to throw it away. You don't have to buy a new cleaner. Luckily, that's all it was. Now, there are times when the fan could have been cracked. Sometimes it's rust on the bearing, or even that shaft that was sticking up there. That might be rusty because you notice that water got inside the turbine, right? So that's issue. And sometimes all it is just this was clogged up. The screen right here that allows the air to come in and spin the fan along with the motor, that could be clogged up, and that's causing the brush not to turn. So, all right, but you don't have to throw these things away. Don't panic. It may not be a big deal. All right. Now the last thing I'm gonna do this morning before I have to have some other services to do. Have to hit the road. Central vacuum service. That's going to be something, right? I want to show you this. I want to show you. Okay, so now I have this Kenmore here. And I want to show you this. I want to show you something. The Dyson, the Sharks, a lot of these vacuums have it's more of an analog sensor. How's that? Spring-loaded analog sensor. That means if it, and this is brilliant what they did. If the machine is clogged, there's a pressure is going to be building up, because the motor is gonna keep running regardless if your machine is clogged or not, right? Now you're stressing out your motor, you can damage your motor. But these sensors here, see this spring right here? This is designed, okay, to trigger. Okay, it's going to try to pull. It's going to pull. This is right now. It's like there's right now. It's like at the top, right? Let's say the top has these little vents here. See the vents? So right now it's at the top, the bladder or whatever, right? And if the suction can't find its way out because it's clogged, it's going to pull at any opening it can find, and the spring is allowing it to pull down on the opening and is letting air go. So you're going to hear this weird sound, right? Okay. So because you hear that weird sound, hello? Yeah. I'll call you back. All right. Because you hear that weird sound, then you know, it'll let you know that something is wrong. All right, good. Now that I explained that, this has the same thing. Okay. And you're gonna notice that a lot of these companies, the designs are so similar. You know, it's like they all kind of work with each other on that. Hold on. No, I don't want to take the whole thing off. Do I know how to take this off? Do I know how to take this off, guys? It's normally a button. This is to turn it off and on. This is to release my wand. This is to release the up, and this here is to release this. Look at that. Figured it out. These don't come in a lot, so I'm not too versed on these, but you know, the premise is the same, so I can still deal with it. So there's a clog somewhere in this system. This has the same setup. Has a spring-loaded deal. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to see if it triggers it and see what's going on, all right? You may have a machine that does the same thing, okay? Let's see. All right, let's turn this baby on and see what happened. Wait. Do it again. Yep, that's it. It happened. One more time. Okay, so it's run like normal, and then something triggers that. So, how do you figure this out, right? So you take your time and you start at the base. You start at the beginning. Okay, so what's the base of the problem? Well, what is this machine supposed to be doing? It's supposed to be vacuuming. All right, great. What starts the vacuuming process? Well, the motor. Okay, great. So let's go there. Okay. Now, if I turn it on, that sound shouldn't come back because it's just the motor, right? Okay. Sound's not on, right? Okay, what's next? Well, the next step, the motor suction path right here. right? This is the suction comes up here. The next place is gonna touch is gonna be your this. All right. So now, how do I how do I do this? How do I do this? Wait a second. This suction might be coming from underneath here. Let me see something. Yeah, guys. It's coming from underneath. Ha ha ha! No, it's coming from up here. Now that I get to examine this damn thing. Hold on, look, let's see. Let's turn it on again. Let's see something. So the suction goes into the unit, and then it exits out here, and it's trying to find something to pull in, and it's going to pull the dirt into the tank that way. Okay, good. All right, so let's examine this tank, because so far we're good, right? So let's examine the tank. Let's examine this tank. Let's see what the hell's going on. Okay. Oh my gosh! All right, turn this off. All right, let's examine the tank. All right, now what do we have here? This looks like carpet fresh. This looks like carpet fresh or something. I would tell you guys this. I would definitely recommend you not use the very thin carpet fresh anymore. Okay, get something clumpy. They have clumpy carpet fresh. I think I have one here somewhere. The thin stuff will pass through your filters, and it can mess up your motor. Oh my gosh. All right. I had it here. Clumpy carpet fresh here. Stuff like this. Let me show you. See stuff like that? If you're going to do that, then use these. Use something big like this. Or if it's the vacuum that you're concerned about and not the carpet, let's say, then maybe you can sprinkle stuff in your vacuum, because I guess the vent, when the air blows out, is when you smell that, whatever. So there's a couple things you can do if you like. All right, let me show you. Don't worry, I'm not getting distracted. I know where I am. There's a couple things you can do if you like. It's up to you, right? Now, this is the post motor filter, and the air that's blown out of the motor, like, it pulls the stuff in. That means it's pulling in the odor, it's pulling in the dust, it's pulling things in, right? But then air has to go somewhere, so it's going to blow the air out. This protects you from the carbon that the motor burns while it's running, okay? But what also is coming out is odor. So some people, they get oils or whatever, and they'll sprinkle some things on the filter, so when the air blows out, it's blowing out like fresh air. Because that's kind of what you're trying to do with the carpet, right? Aren't you treating the carpet so when it vacuums up the stuff, it vacuums up and it brings a fresher odor into your dustbin. So when it blows it out with the stain of that fragrance, right? That's kind of what you're doing. So if that's the case, then all you need is these, right? You can put them inside your dustbin if you want. You can put them on the carpet and let it suck it up, and then it can go through that whole motion, or you can sprinkle some oils on your filter, your post filter. That's just, a couple things I've seen people do, rather than using this fine particle stuff here, because this fine particle stuff will damage your carpet. I'm sorry. Yeah. One, it will damage your carpet, yes. And two, it will damage your machine, okay? And the reason I say damage your carpet is because if you don't have a real serious deep cleaner, it's going to leave a lot of the stuff in your carpet at the very bottom. And every time you walk on it, you're just cutting away at carpet fibers. So it becomes like razor blades, right? Because now your feet's doing this every time you walk. And that stuff, if your deep cleaner is not pulling this out of your carpet after you put it down there, it's not going to be good. Then it gets stale. Then it smells old. Okay? So keep that in mind. Hope that helps somebody. All right? All right, here we go. Now we're back here again, looking at this. All right, so now we emptied this. All right, seemed fine, right? What else? What else we have? Well, we have a filter here, right? Okay, let's check the filter. Okay. Okay, that filter. All right, so we can probably vacuum this filter, see what's going on. All right, I see some debris. I see some debris, guys. Let's check this out. Is there one more? No, there's not one. Let's try to pull it off like this. When I got a little more leverage, I may have to go from underneath. Let me see something. No. Maybe. Let's take this out first. Let's try. Let's take this out first. Let me not make any assumptions here. Put in this long screw. One. Come on, buddy. The hell? My oh my God. One more. Okay. All right, so this guy's out. All right, now let's see what it looks like. Can this come out now? The hell, man? You still giving me a tough time? Let me see if I have to pull it out. No, I may have to use force. I may have to try to force this out of here. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can pry this out, all right? Telling you, can't be sleeping on this Phillips screwdriver. The Phillips screwdriver comes in handy for everything, man. Oh, man. Come on. Let's see. I know I'm missing something. There's something I'm missing. Okay. Well, maybe. Thank you. Golly, you think you're the only one that go through this? I'm just doing it in front of you. All right? Rather than rehearsing it and then getting it right. And you're like, why, my God, he makes it look so easy. Like, nah, I have the same trouble. All right, so look. There's some stuff here. See all that? I don't think this is enough to cause that clog. It's still worth cleaning out. But I doubt this is the reason, though, honestly. But let's see. All right? Damn, look at all this. It's not good, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe, man. Maybe, who knows? Can it come off? Still can't come off. Damn. What the hell? Nah, it should be able to come off. Ah, damn. What the hell? Golly. Well, that's a lot. What do you say? That's a lot, right? Damn. Okay. folks, I'll tell you this. Oh my gosh. Cut it out already. Trying to turn off my my notification. I don't have time to be stopping and doing that right now. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Just trying to get this stuff out of here. I don't know if they have anything to do with anything, but okay. All right, guys, we're still testing this stuff. We're still trying to find out what's what. Okay. We're still trying to find out what's what. That was crazy just now. The star. Uh-oh. I'm doing it the wrong way, guys. I want to make sure now that we hit the right spot here. What's good about a lot of these things that if it's not right, you'll find out because it won't fit properly. Now, sometimes there's indicators when you take them off to let you know where you're supposed to be lined up at. And like for this case, see, you have these guys here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have the screws. So really you're going to connect this to this setup right here. Now, if there's another indicator, like another sign around the side with an arrow, sometimes they'll have an arrow to let you line up properly, then you can do that. Other than that, just do your best to try to mark off where you were. Let's see. Okay. Just kind of mark off where you were so you know where exactly where you're standing. All right. All right. I got my screws. Let's put the screws back in. Okay. I could probably, so that means now my next step is to think, I'm going to retest it again, but my next step is to believe that it's probably going to be inside the hose somewhere. Okay? It's probably going to be in the hose somewhere, guys. That's what I'm believing. That's what I'm believing. It's going to be in the hose. Okay? It's either the hose or at the bottom or somewhere, but it's not. I don't think this was enough. Honestly, I don't think this was enough to cause this thing to clog like that. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it was enough to make it clog like that, honestly. So let's see if what do I think that I didn't do this right? Something's not right, guys. I didn't put this back right. No, I didn't. I didn't put this back right. Something's not right. Something is not right, folks. Something is not right. Nope. Something's not right. Let's take this out. something's not right, peoples. Yeah, something's not right. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm seeing. That looks more right, but still, not happy with that. I believe this has an exact way it's supposed to go on, and that way, it's not going to let you do it any other way. It's just not going to feel right any other way. See something. I'm trying to see markers. I don't see any markers. That's it. That is the way. This is the way. That was the way. I didn't see any markers though, to tell me like where to line it up. So I guess it's left up to feelings. You just have to feel it out. See if it feels right, if it looks right, you know. But I didn't see any markers. So like that error I made earlier with the trying to take it off. I'm gonna show you what I saw that made me like, oh, of course, Wayne, you know. And I'm gonna vacuum this. You know what? All right. I'm gonna vacuum this out, but I don't think this is clogged enough to stop the clog. So at least for the experiment, we're gonna leave it like this. All right. So this was you see this little lock back here? This little lock. That's what reminded me that way. There's a way to lock it and a way to unlock it. All right, so I got it back together. All right, now let's try the experiment one more time. Let's see what is causing this thing. Right, so we clear this out. Let's see if it's still. Oh my gosh, man! Look! Gotta take my phone. Ay. I thought I had a do not disturb on it. Okay.
Do not disturb is now on.
Siri is like, okay, do not disturb is now on. All right, turn it on. I guess this was it. I guess I was wrong. This was enough to stop all the clog. To stop it from suction. Let's test it. Let's vacuum the carpet. I'm like, this ain't enough. No, it was enough. Damn. And, oh my God, my phone is still listening to me. Can you shut down? Shut down? Okay. Let me tell you what this comes from. This is liquid and dirt. This is mud or paste or whatever, right? So I'm going to instruct the individual not to vacuum up any moisture. It happens to a lot of people, a lot of vacuums. They shampoo a carpet and they can't wait. And it's not completely dry, or there was a spill on the floor, or whatever it was. But don't vacuum up anything moist, especially that's going into a vacuum that's picking up dirt, you know, because those things are going to collide somewhere. Okay. I really honestly didn't think this was going to be enough to shut the whole thing down, but apparently it is. All right. Now, let me vacuum this up. Let's test this. Man, they got another problem here. There's a separate problem here, guys. There's a separate problem here. Honestly, I think I got put on the floor. Come on. I think there's something up with that belt. And if it's a geared belt, that's one thing. But if it's a no, if it's a flat belt, you can probably work it. If it's a geared belt, there's another issue going on. Let me see something. No, it's a groove belt, but you know what? It looked like it's old, like it's cracking. Oh boy. Look at that. Come on. Come on, buddy. Yeah. See these splits? These splits here. This belt is on his way out. Let's see if I can find this belt. All right, look like it has 3 grooves. Yeah, it's a small groove right here. But yeah, this belt is on its way out. All right, well, that's another thing, right? Well, we solved the suction problem, but so you know what happens? If I can find a belt for this, great. But I definitely have to tell them about this, because what happens is Lincoln Shep, hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year, man. I just saw it. I appreciate it. If I don't address this or fix it, it's on its way out. So a week later, a month later, it's like I just had the machine in there. It was just here, and now my brush is not working. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. So I go to the tire guys down the road, and they'll send me a whole list of like, this is what you got to change this, you got to, okay, the wipers are the, you know, and you need lubrication over here. And I was like, okay, all right, thanks, man, thanks, you know. And at first I'm just like, come on, man, well, you guys keep trying to upsell me something, you know. I was like, well, that's their business model, you know, okay, fine, right? But they also have record of the things they found wrong with your vehicle when you dropped it off there. So when you come back and say, man, I dropped it off to get my tire rotation and my damn, you know, my axle, what do you guys do to my axle? A guy did that to me the other day. And that was my bad. I fixed a switch, and I really should have went down towards the motor and just kind of look over everything. And the switch got fixed, but the motor was on his way out. So he brought it back and said, hey man, why is my motor? I said, well, no, man, we may have to change the motor. He said, well, it wasn't the motor last time. I was like, I was like, all right, that was my bad. That was on me. All right, I should. So it's like, okay, gotcha, buddy, gotcha. All right, we'll do. Well, all right. And so yeah, if you bring your car in for tire plug, but your transmission start messing up, yeah, it's like, come on, these two things are not related. But there are other things that are related that, yeah, you should go down the line just to make sure, and then, you know, anyway, lesson learned on my side there. Lesson learned, man. You can't blame them though, you know, because at the same time, you know, when people are getting taken for so many things, you can see why people are apprehensive. You know, you can see why people behave the way they do, and that's so I understand. I understand. There's a lot of cons out there, and unfortunately, some of these guys have been victims of that, and they take it with them into the next transaction. You know? So it is what it is. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get this belt, find this belt. I got some other things I need to wrap up for the day before I can put my head to the pillow. Okay, so I need to get rocking and rolling. I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you had a great morning. I hope this video was helpful to you in some way, even in our conversation we had regarding that lady in the beginning. She can't. You know what I always wonder? Like, I always wonder what those conversations are like after they finish, you know? Do they think that they, you know, accomplished the target? Did you do what's right? Do they feel like they're champions, or it's like, I should have said this. Senate hearings, man. I swear, you know what the Senate hearings feel like to me, guys? Like they're competing, the art of answering without answering. And it's like, who can do it the best? Like, not just this lady, but I'm talking like in general. It's just almost like it's an unwritten rule. Like they tell each other, look, just survive the hearing, man. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Don't say this. They ask you this question, just bring this one up or whatever, and just run out the clock. That's what it seems like. I gotta go find this. That's what it seems like. It's like, run out the clock, okay? Just don't say nothing that's too, you know, that's gonna get you cornered, okay? And it'll be all right. So why even have the damn hearings, right? If they won't answer the questions. I mean, it's like it's just for entertainment or something. You know, that's what it seems like. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Today was a light day. You know, based on everything, today was kind of light, but it's fine. I am actually okay with that. It's an early morning show. My shows are normally at 10:30 to 10:45, depending on what's happening in the shop. And but Mondays is an early show. I have to get in and out on Mondays. I get here like 7 o'clock, 6:45 to 7 for like the kind of cleaning folks. I want to quickly drop off their machines and zip, and then I can get to it, and then they can get on their day and stuff like that, because they're starting early. So I figured I'll give them a day where I'm here like 6:30, 6:45 to 7, and they can do quick drop offs. So I still want to do the show. So Monday is an early show, okay? And then Mondays, I'm hitting the road. I'm normally doing my service calls, my central vacuums and stuff like that. Would be like on Monday. I hit the road, do stuff like that. So that's kind of what the day is like today. All right. So guys, thank you for hanging out. I'll be out of here, and I will see you. I'll see you later. Let me get my Let me get my stuff going, right? All right. Hey, Grease. Give me leaving music. Mmm.